Extinction is a 2015 post-apocalyptic horror film directed by Miguel Angel Vivas, set in the cold, bleak landscape of a world overrun by zombie-like creatures. The movie opens with a flashback to the early days of a viral outbreak that turns humans into savage, bloodthirsty monsters. The chaos is immediate and intense as passengers on a bus scramble to escape the infected, who rip through the crowd with a feral hunger. Amidst the confusion, we meet the main characters Jack Matthew Fox, his best friend Patrick Jeffrey Donovan, and Jack's pregnant wife, Emma Valeria Verreau. As the infection spreads, Jack, Patrick, and Emma narrowly make their way to safety, but the tense atmosphere of mistrust already begins to settle in. There's a hint of betrayal in Jack's eyes when he looks at Patrick, and a growing sense of unease looms over their interactions. The struggle to survive quickly turns deadly as the infected swarm the bus they're on, and in the ensuing chaos, Emma is severely injured. The scene cuts to black as we hear the echoes of terrified screams, gunfire, and the heart-wrenching cries of a baby being born amid the carnage. 9 years later, the story shifts to the town of Harmony, now buried under a thick blanket of snow. The world has become an icy wasteland, with the virus apparently having slowed down in the extreme cold. The infected creatures, which once terrorized humanity, have become few and far between, their activity diminished by the freezing temperatures. In this desolate setting, we see how Jack and Patrick have built separate lives, despite living only a few hundred yards apart. Jack now raises his daughter, Lou Quinn McColgan, in a fortified house, where he has managed to create a semblance of normalcy. He teaches her survival skills, keeps her entertained with books, and provides her with the love and security that a father should. Patrick, however, lives alone in his own barricaded house, his demeanor cold and distant. He seems to be haunted by the past, frequently drinking himself into numbness, and harbors a deep resentment toward Jack. The rift between the two men is palpable, and although they once were close, their relationship now seems irreparable. The film gradually unravels the mystery of what caused the friendship to fracture. It's revealed that during the outbreak, a tragic incident occurred that forever changed their dynamic. Jack blamed Patrick for not saving Emma during that fateful night, believing that Patrick's actions or lack thereof led to her death. This lingering guilt and blame have created a chasm of silence between them, despite their mutual need for each other in the unforgiving post-apocalyptic world. Despite the animosity between the two, their lives remain intertwined because of Lou. Unbeknownst to her, Patrick watches over her from a distance, clearly caring for her as if she were his own child. He leaves gifts and food for Lou, even though he refuses to engage with Jack directly. There's a heartbreaking sense of lost opportunities in these gestures, echoes of a bond that might have been if the world hadn't been torn apart. The tension takes a sharp turn when the infected return. This time, the creatures are more terrifying than ever, having evolved into something faster, stronger, and more cunning. No longer slowed by the cold, these new mutations are relentless predators with heightened senses. They attack with precision and intelligence, using the darkness and the snow to their advantage. Jack and Patrick must confront their buried issues and work together to protect Lou from this renewed threat. As the creatures close in on their sanctuary, the action becomes a nerve-wracking sequence of close calls and desperate measures. The infected seem almost supernatural in their agility, leaping from rooftops and attacking with a fury that defies human capabilities. Jack and Patrick's alliance is a fragile one, each moment filled with the possibility of betrayal or collapse, as old grievances resurface under the pressure. One of the film's most harrowing moments comes when Patrick, in a rare act of vulnerability, confesses to Jack the depth of his guilt over Emma's death. He reveals that he was in love with her, and that he failed her not just as a friend, but as a man who couldn't protect the woman he loved. This revelation shakes Jack, forcing him to reevaluate his hatred for Patrick. It's a powerful scene that strips both characters to their raw emotions, laying bare the pain, love, and regrets that have haunted them for nearly a decade. As the climactic battle unfolds, the infected breach their defenses, and it becomes a desperate fight for survival. The monsters attack from all angles, their shrieks echoing in the cold night air. In the chaos, Lou is nearly taken by the creatures, but Patrick makes a heroic sacrifice to save her, putting himself in harm's way to ensure her safety. His selfless act forces Jack to acknowledge the sacrifices Patrick has made for his daughter, and for the first time in years, the wall of resentment between them begins to crumble. In the final confrontation, Jack and Patrick fight side by side, their teamwork and synergy reminiscent of the bond they once shared. They manage to fend off the creatures, but not without losses that scar them both deeply. Patrick, badly injured, looks at Jack one last time with a silent understanding between them, a truce forged in the fires of survival and forgiveness. The movie ends on a somber yet hopeful note. As dawn breaks over the frozen wasteland, Jack, Lou, and the wounded Patrick watch the sun rise from their blood-stained refuge. The infected have been beaten back, at least for now, and the cold, silent morning brings a sense of temporary peace. Jack reaches out to Patrick, their hands clasping in a gesture of reconciliation. There are no words spoken, but their silence speaks volumes about the healing power of redemption and the unspoken bond that still ties them together. In this quiet moment, Extinction leaves us with a powerful message about humanity's capacity for forgiveness, the strength of family, and the unyielding will to survive even in the face of despair. The true horror isn't just the monsters outside, but the demons within, the grudges, guilt, and pain that can only be conquered when we choose to let go and remember what it means to be human. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the icy horror of Extinction 2015. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of the movie's twists and the haunting atmosphere? And if you're into more horror movie recaps and analyses, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you won't miss our next breakdown. We've got more chills, thrills, and terrifying twists coming your way. Until next time, stay safe, and remember, sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we carry within. See you in the next one.